Join us as we travel back to uncover the mysteries and secrets in the tombs of Egypt's most powerful kings and queens. Through these interesting archaeological artifacts, we will learn more about ancient Egypt's rich history and culture. Ancient Egyptian temples and tombs have captivated visitors thanks to their fascinating history and culture. In this video, we'll look at some of the most significant and fascinating archaeological discoveries in Egypt. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Let's begin! The Tomb of Jehuti-Hotep. The Tomb of Jehuti-Hotep is an ancient Egyptian tomb that may be found in the Middle Egyptian necropolis of Deir el-Bersha. The tomb belonged to Jehuti-Hotep, a prominent member of the 12th dynasty who presided as the region's governor under Amenemhat III. The tomb is well known for its intricate and well-preserved reliefs that show daily life, religious beliefs, and burial customs in ancient Egypt. A vast hall with pillars and a scene of the deceased with his family and offering bearers are visible after you enter the tomb. Along with other lesser statues of his family members and enslaved people, the tomb also has a substantial figure of Jehuti-Hotep. The tomb's walls depict representations of industrial and agricultural tasks like harvesting and pottery making. This gives us a look into ancient Egypt's social and economic climate in the 12th dynasty. A vital source of knowledge about ancient Egypt's way of life and culture, the Tomb of Jehuti-Hotep is regarded as one of the most notable examples of Middle Kingdom funeral architecture and art. The Tomb of Ti in Saqqara. An ancient Egyptian tomb called the Tomb of Ti can be found in the Lower Egyptian city of Saqqara. The tomb belonged to Ti, a high-ranking official who worked during the 5th dynasty of the Old Kingdom. The tomb is well known for its intricate and well-preserved reliefs that show daily life, religious beliefs, and burial customs in ancient Egypt. The entrance to the tomb opens into a long corridor that extends into a sizable transverse hall with 2 rows of pillars. Scenes of Ti and his family and images of offering bearers are painted on the hall's walls. The depiction of Ti's funeral procession, which is one of the oldest and most detailed examples of such a tableau, is among the tomb's most intriguing elements. The tomb's walls also depict scenes of Ti supervising different industrial and agricultural tasks, including harvesting, manufacturing pottery, and plowing. These depictions offer a window into ancient Egypt's economic and social life under the Old Kingdom. One of the most prominent examples of Old Kingdom funeral architecture and art is the Tomb of Ti, which is also regarded as a vital source of knowledge about the way of life and culture of ancient Egypt at the time. The Tomb of Horemheb in Thebes. The Valley of the Kings in Thebes is home to the ancient Egyptian tomb of Horemheb. Before the Ramessid dynasty came to power, Horemheb, an ancient Egyptian general, was the first ruler of the 18th dynasty. The tomb was found in 1908 by American lawyer and amateur Egyptologist Theodore M. Davis and British archaeologist Edward R. Ayrton. The tomb is small and plain compared to other tombs in the Valley of the Kings, but it has several reliefs of Horemheb and his family and other religious and funerary scenes that have been preserved. Horemheb's sarcophagus was discovered in the burial chamber, which is reached by a single hallway in the tomb. Horemheb is depicted in various stances on the tomb's walls, including when he performs religious ceremonies and presents offerings to the gods. One of the most prominent instances of the New Kingdom funeral architecture and art, the Tomb of Horemheb is regarded as a key source of knowledge about the way of life and culture of ancient Egypt during the 18th century. It's important to remember that Horemheb's mummy was never discovered in his tomb. It's possible that it was relocated during the prehistoric period to keep tomb raiders away. It is still missing today. The Tomb of Queen Khentkaus I in Giza. An ancient Egyptian tomb, Queen Khentkaus I, can be found in the Giza necropolis. The 4th king of the 4th dynasty of the Old Kingdom, Pharaoh Menkaure, was married to Queen Khentkaus I. The tomb, which American archaeologist George Reisner found in 1908, is regarded as one of the most significant specimens of Old Kingdom funeral architecture and art. Comparatively speaking to other tombs on the Giza Plateau, this one is quite plain and modest. Several well-preserved reliefs of Queen Khentkaus I and her family, as well as numerous religious and burial scenes, are found there. The sarcophagus of Queen Khentkaus I was discovered in the burial chamber, which is reached by a single passage in the tomb. The queen is depicted in several stances on the tomb's walls, including when performing religious rites and presenting offerings to the gods. Several statues of the queen and her relatives are also in the tomb. The tomb of Queen Khentkaus I is regarded as an important repository of knowledge on the way of life and culture of ancient Egypt during the 4th dynasty, as well as the function of the queens in Old Kingdom society. The tomb of Queen Nefertari in Thebes. The ancient Egyptian tomb of Queen Nefertari is situated in Thebes' Valley of the Queens. Queen Nefertari, the third pharaoh of the 19th dynasty of the New Kingdom, was the great royal wife of Ramses II. Italian archaeologist Ernesto Schiaparelli made the tomb discovery in 1904. The tomb is regarded as one of the Valley of the Queen's most exquisitely decorated tombs and as one of the most significant works of New Kingdom funerary art. Colorful and intricate reliefs of Queen Nefertari and her husband, Ramses II, as well as other religious and funerary scenes, adorn the tomb's walls. Queen Nefertari's sarcophagus was discovered in the tomb's burial chamber, which is reached via a single hallway. The queen is depicted in several stances on the tomb's walls, including when performing religious rites and presenting offerings to the gods. Several statues of the queen and her relatives are also in the tomb. The 19th dynasty of ancient Egypt, its everyday life and culture, and the function of the queens in New Kingdom society are all subject to major speculation thanks to the discovery of Queen Nefertari's tomb. Because of the high humidity and the volume of visitors, the colors of the paintings and reliefs have started to fade and peel, making the tomb one of the most attractive and best preserved tombs from the New Kingdom period. As a result, it has been off-limits to visitors for some time. The tomb of Pharaoh Abydos. One of ancient Egypt's most significant religious and cultural hubs was the ancient Egyptian city of Abydos, which was situated in Upper Egypt. The city housed the tomb of Narmer, the first ruler of Egypt, and the main place of worship for the god Osiris. The royal tombs of the ancient Egyptian pharaohs interred in the Abydos necropolis are referred to as the tomb of Pharaoh Abydos. The tombs were constructed in the early dynasty era and the Old Kingdom. The tomb of Seti I, the father of Ramses II, is one of the most important tombs in Abydos. The reliefs in the tomb, which show daily life, religious beliefs, and funerary rites in ancient Egypt, are well preserved and intricate. Scenarios portraying the king performing religious rites and delivering gifts to the gods and scenes showing the king's military conquests are painted on the tomb's walls. Pharaoh Ahmose I, the first king of the New Kingdom and the founder of the 18th dynasty, is another noteworthy tomb in Abydos. Although the tomb is unadorned and modest compared to other tombs in the cemetery, it houses many reliefs that are still in good condition and shows the pharaoh and his family, as well as other religious and funerary scenes. That is all for this video. We will be back soon with another informative video. Don't forget to like and share this video. Until next time!